Nobody likes waiting in a line. We hate the slow shuffle, the wasted hours, the absolute stagnation of it. But right now, a shadow workforce is turning that exact friction into massive profit. Professional line sitters have built an entire industry out of queuing up for other people. Charging anywhere from $25 to $50 an hour, a dedicated line sitter can average $1,500 a week just by holding a spot on the pavement. And that is just the baseline. When demand hits a fever pitch, like the scramble for Broadway rush tickets, clients will pay up to $5,000 for someone to sleep outside a theater for 5 straight days. Historically, the queue was the great equalizer. It didn't matter what your bank account looked like. Access was strictly first come, first served. But time is finite. The ultra-rich cannot print more of it, so they have started buying it from people who have nothing but hours to spare. This kind of labor is far from passive. Professional waiting means enduring extreme elements, requiring sub-zero thermal layering, heavy sleeping bags, and stadium chairs to survive freezing drops in temperature. It also requires intense psychological labor. Sitters have to master conflict de-escalation, constantly managing furious tourists and aggressive line cutters while protecting their client's spot with a smile. Much of this economy thrives on everyday pop culture consumerism, like spending hours outside a bakery to secure viral food items before the batch sells out. Major tech releases normalize the behavior even further. Hardware drops regularly create week-long sidewalk encampments that end with a highly coveted device in hand. In every case, the gig worker acts as a human shield. They absorb the physical exhaustion and social discomfort the buyer simply refuses to endure. But this shadow economy doesn't that designer clothes and consumer electronics. It has quietly infiltrated the legislative and judicial systems in Washington, D.C. Corporate lobbying firms routinely pay thousands of dollars to secure front-row seats at crucial congressional hearings, ensuring they can monitor legislation affecting their industries. The demographic reality of this labor force is stark. The firms facilitating this access frequently hire homeless individuals, retirees, and local couriers to brave the weather for well-heeled lobbyists. This practice has even reached the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court, where individuals are paid to queue for days to secure entry into arguments. When wealthy special interest groups can simply purchase the right to witness and influence the legal process firsthand, civic access functions as a commodified luxury. Recently, this market has moved off the physical sidewalk and into the digital ecosystem, where the line is an invisible queue managed entirely by software. Platforms like Appointment Trader have emerged as secondary markets, allowing users to bid on elite restaurant reservations and even highly sought-after car dealership appointments. It operates through a system of reservation hoarding. Automated bots sweep up free bookings instantly, locking out human users, so those slots can be resold for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. This forces restaurants to deal with a spike in empty tables and unexpected no-shows, creating an unavoidable financial barrier between the business and the average diner. Whether operated by code on a server or a person freezing on a street corner, these black markets exist to gatekeep access. They extract a premium from anyone trying to bypass the general public. This raises a question about the businesses themselves. Are these massive lines a natural result of high demand, or are they an intentionally engineered feature? Over a century ago, economist Thorsten Veblen identified a specific quirk in human consumption, defining a category we now call Veblen goods. This is a chart comparing a standard supply and demand curve against a Veblen curve. Normally, higher prices reduce demand, but with a Veblen good, demand actually increases as the price and the difficulty of obtaining the item goes up. Luxury brands intentionally manage this psychological driver. By restricting production and maintaining perpetual wait lists, they increase a product's perceived rarity and value. Brands like Hermès or Supreme use these artificial constraints to fuel a fear of missing out, driving consumers toward impulsive purchases. In this economic model, the queue is not a byproduct of overwhelming demand. The queue is a deliberate marketing mechanism designed to create a sense of elite status. In this era, time has emerged as a distinct currency, often carrying more value than the item at the end of the queue. The physical toll of capitalism, the freezing cold, the exhaustion, the sheer boredom of waiting, is outsourced to gig economy workers, while the wealthy purchase silence and convenience. For the crowd on the pavement, these queues morph into social rituals or Instagrammable experiences, masking the underlying economic sorting taking place. The professional line sitter is the ultimate symptom of modern wealth inequality. It is a system where the rich purchase the right to skip life's friction, leaving everyone else stuck in a line designed specifically to keep them out.